With a perfect undefeated record and impressive 38 points, St. Benedict's has an undeniable claim to this year's trophy. But this season's intensity isn't over just yet. Fatima and Presentation College are in a fierce fight for silver, each needing a win to claim second place. And at the other end of the standings, teams like Miracle Ministries Pentecostal face a bitter-sweet close as they are set for relegation to the Championship Division. Welcome to the grand finale of the SSFL Premiership season. Today, in the heart of CIC ground, St. Benedict's College step onto the field for their last game in this unforgettable Premiership season to take on the host St. Mary's College in what promises to be an exciting match. Looking at the weather, that this match will be played under 31 degrees Celsius, 63% humidity index, and 4 kilometers per hour. What a season it has definitely been. But as time comes, time passes, and all great things must come to an end. And today, it is the final one for this SSFL season Premiership Division. My name is Hans Devines, and joining me on set, Brent Sancho and Colin Murray. Guys, what a season we've had.
Certainly a good season, intriguing, exciting, and interesting as well. Certainly so.
I like that last word, interesting.
No, you do.
I was waiting for interesting, and it has been an interesting season. We've seen a lot of good, we've seen a lot of exciting games, we've also seen a lot of bad, let's be honest. And that's not meant to be a criticism. I think it's meant really that these teams have to improve. Coaches have got to look at the kind of improvements needed and work on it. You know, Miracle Ministries, for example, they came up and they're going right back down. Why?
Well, we spoke about exciting things that we did this season, and one of the exciting things we added is the goal cam, and we have a very special goal cam for you. Remember, you can continue to send your goal to ssflgoalcam@gmail.com. Let's take a look at our very special goal cam.
Well, the goal cam this time, it comes to you from women's football action, all the way from the sister island, Tobago. And look at this here, from Zisha Potts with the finish, as we prepare ourselves for the normal excitement that comes with women's football in the secondary school in the knockout competition. I'm looking forward to it. Good goal there.
Yep.
My young Potts.
That's what we love. Goal cam. Guys, we had some interesting features in the last round of football, round 14. Let's look back at some of the games played in round 14 and the results.
Well, the results in round 14 really was centered around solidity at the top, which St. Benedict's College was able to do, and a cling for survival. And when you look at the top, an extremely important result from Fatima College, 2-0 against Arima North Secondary. And look at that result right below it. East Mokorapo, they lost again, continues with their struggles against Queen's Royal College. Naparima College as well in their struggles, lose to San Juan North Secondary. And that right there, St. Mary's College, 2-1 against Speyside, which puts them in further trouble. And down to where my partner Leo Chin lives, in that Trinity College East result against Presentation College, 2-0. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy.
Leave him alone, okay? but the big result for me was that St. Mary's victory. But look at it, St. Benedict's easily. There's no doubt who are the champions. Fatima Presentation going to fight for second. One of them is going to be second. One is going to be third. And then going down the line, Arima losing their first game. Probably finish about 5th, but going all the way down. St. Mary's now, they're looking, they're going to survive. They're easy. St. Augustine should also be easy. But look at this now. The bottom 4, which 3 will go? It's your guess is as good as mine. Miracle Ministries gone, really. East Mokorapo, I can't see them surviving, even though they've got a game in hand. Speyside, I have a soft spot for Speyside simply because of the results against Naparima and Fatima.
Yeah, you really have to have a soft spot for Speyside. But guys, we get ready for action here in St. Clair, but there's action all over Trinidad and Tobago. Let's take a look at some of the action that will take place.
Well, this is the action here in the final round fixture as it relates to majority of the team. It must be noted that the likes of Speyside, East Mokorapo and Signal Hill still have games in hand, so please keep that in your memory bank. Signal Hill Secondary, look, let's go right there. They come up against East Mokorapo Secondary, what we call in football a 6-pointer. You think East Mokorapo survival starts there with getting a result there. St. Augustine Secondary, they have their hands full against Queen's Royal College, but again, it's all about survival in the division. 3 teams go down, and I think between the 5 bottom teams, it will be decided as to who's relegated. Of course, Miracle Ministries are already down.
But don't forget that big game we have in the South, Presentation Naparima.
Of course.
You know, it's always a big game, and Presentation needing to win and hoping Fatima slips up.
Big games and big players. One player that came up big this season is Darrell Zoom Garcia. Guys, what do you have to say about this guy?
Exciting player. Look, he's probably arguably one of the most difficult 1v1 players to play against in the league. I think what he brings to the football, well, from St. Benedict's College, is that they can leave him up front alone, and he's very capable of taking on defenders, as we saw. We
saw in one game. He picked up a ball, went to the left. 5 Presentation guys were after him. None could have caught him. Had the shot with his left foot, and it hit the post. What is great about him as well, he's got speed, he's got skill, he's got control, and he's got a good shot.
He's got a finished product.
Yeah, he scores the goals, and this year he is our golden boot in the SSFL Premiership Division. This is our very special golden boot feature, Darrell Zoom Garcia.
Is on the chase. He goes past Reddick. Garcia! Oh! How did he do that? But this is Garcia. Look at the number of blue shirts around him. He goes. Garcia! Don't stop, son! Oh my word! He hits the post! Garcia is attacking it. Still Garcia. Left foot, but straight to the keeper. Here's the shot! Oh! What a goal! Garcia, the skipper. Well, who else? Here's Garcia, though, making that run, but he gets in between. Oh my word! Garcia! Oh, my word! Brent, I don't know if that's better than the first one.
You see exactly why he is our golden boot winner in the SSFL this season.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. When you look at the action there, it tells you everything you need to know about the young man. Takes the responsibility, not just being a captain, but of course the best player in the team. He's taken that on. We've seen it with the production he's given from the goal department, and certainly an integral part as to why St. Benedict's College are champions of the league this year.
And you know, somebody earlier was comparing him with Luciano Woodley way back. But the kind of goals this man has scored from distance, taking on defenders, he's not the kind of striker you're just standing in the 6-yard box and waiting for the ball to come across. And
makes it happen.
He makes it happen. He takes it on. He creates for himself. Yeah. You know, when you know, we talk about assists.
Yeah.
We can always say Garcia scored an assist as well. He's that good.
Great player. Now they'll be coming up against St. Mary's College today, and the man at the helm of St. Mary's College is Kyle Phillips. Let's take a look at his player profile.
My name is Kyle Phillips and I play for St. Mary's College. I play attacking, midfielder and forward. My role is really to just lead the team as best as possible and try to keep everyone together and work with each other and just don't get too flustered because I have the most experience on the team and it's just to keep a sort of composure between all of us. My most memorable moment in the SSFL was last season here at CIC Grounds when we were down 3-0 to QRC, and I came back and scored a hat-trick and assisted in our 4-3 win against them. The SSFL, I would say, is probably the highest level of football I might have played so far. It's a very challenging league. Seeing that I played championship when we were down back in 2022, the difference between championship and premiership is a big jump. The speed of the game, everything is faster.
Kyle Phillips, player that St. Mary's College can definitely be proud of. Let's take a look at St. Benedict's College and one of their players, LaShawn Morris. This is his player profile.
Hi, my name is LaShawn Morris and I attend St. Benedict's College. My role is to reach up the line and to deliver balls to the strikers to score. Well, it's actually been a great one, coming against great teams, great players, and it's just a great experience all the time. My mentor say Ezekiel Kiza from Point Fortin. He's a hard worker. He just always keeps me motivated. He speaks to me a lot.
So we employ this. How we feel about it?
Excellent coach. I don't think you could really get much better than him in the league, but there's also a lot of great coaches in the league. This season, my goals are to bring back all the trophies back to my school.
Each and every time you see those player profiles, you really have to respect the coaches and the efforts that they have put forward. Guys, let's talk about St. Mary's College up against St. Benedict's College today. What do we expect today?
Can't see much else but a St. Benedict's victory. And they're going to go out as champions and they want to prove they're champions. St. Mary's, nothing to play for except pride, but St. Benedict's victory.
Yeah, I'd have to concur, and I do think that St. Benedict's College will want to put on a performance here in their last game, so I can't see anything past a St. Benedict's victory.
All right, well, let's see what happens. Remember, you can stay up to date with all of the action on the SportsMax app. Download it today if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, actually download it right now. When we come back, action here in St. Clair, St. Benedict's College against St. Mary's College, live.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
This broadcast is brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.
Welcome back here to St. Mary's ground. It's the final game of the season for both these teams. St. Mary's College against the champions, St. Benedict's College, in what should be a very, very interesting game here as the officials, they start to make their way out, followed by the St. Mary's team and, of course, St. Benedict's, the champions, and the officials coming straight to the center circle. And here are the officials as they come to the middle of the field. Of course, there is the Natalia Williams is the referee. There's Mr. Baliram and Mr. Cruvado, the assistant referees, and Gregory Guevara is the fourth official. Now, St. Mary's players are doing a guard of honor for St. Benedict's, and that is extremely nice. That's what you like to see, Brent. And kudos to the St. Mary's team for that.
Yeah, congratulations to Cornel Glenn Abdullah Phillips for making sure these young men recognize the importance of good sportsmanship. And this is exactly what you want to see in a season that's have its ups and downs. But I think this here is such a terrific picture of what, as I said, sportsmanship should be, and what we should be teaching these young men as it relates to the sport.
And what I also admired, Brent, not only the guard of honor, but they were applauding them. The substitutes bench, they got up and was applauding as well. I think that is absolutely brilliant, wonderful sportsmanship by the St. Mary's team. And so the players now, they just greet each other. Of course, there is the number 10, the skipper, Daryl Zoom Zoom Garcia. And he is going to be the main man again. And the St. Mary's players now meeting the officials. So we should be getting underway shortly as the two captains meet. And both of number 10s, there's the St. Mary's lineup. Superville in goal, there's Morris, Shallery, Humphrey, London, McLeod, Wong, Phillip, James, Otley, Steele, and the coach, Cornell Glenn. So let's have a look now at the formation. There's there's 5 at the back. They're defending for all they're worth. 2 midfielders and 3 up front. So even though they have 5 at the back, there's still 3 up front. Let's have a look quickly at the St. Benedict's lineup. Devonish in goal. There's Burke, Mitchell, Ochoa, Trotman, Morris, Figaro, James, Cayenne, Garcia, David, and the coach, Randolph Boyce. And their formation, they know what we've seen all season: 4 at the back, 3 in the middle, and 3 men up front. And partnering Zoom Zoom Garcia. Looking forward to seeing him today and what he will produce against what should be a very tight St. Mary's defense, Brent.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to Coach Cornell Glenn. When he met this St. Mary's College team, they were way down in the relegation zone, and he has been able to not just bring them out of it, but make them very competitive, very organized, and they've looked a unit that certainly have caused 1 or 2 surprise results, and their play have improved, and I credit him and what he's done. But St. Benedict's College, Colin, they're
in a class by themselves, aren't they?
In a class by themselves, yeah. Undefeated, the only undefeated team left in this league, and of course a phenomenal season led by that man up front, Daryl Garcia.
Well, we're just about getting action here as St. Mary's with the ball, long ball, searching for Phillip. It's not on, and it's going to be a through, very early one for St. Benedict's. Morris with it. Gets it back towards, that was James, sorry, getting it back to Figaro. This is Mitchell. He goes wide to Isaiah David. Ball played up to Burke. Burke back in field to David, making that run going forward. The ball played through, looking for the number 12 player there in Ochoa, who was making that run. And it didn't go to him, but St. Mary's playing it nearest touch. But ball is all the way back to Mitchell. This is Figaro. Morris. All the way back again, they go to Figaro. They're patient build-up at the moment. They're going to knock it around, try and drive St. Mary's out. St. Mary's just well organized at the moment, saying to St. Benedict's, well, bring the ball to us if you want. And they've won it here. Here comes St. Mary's. As Wong held on a little too long, and you could have thought that he would have tried to go wide towards Phillip or to Steele, but he held on that little bit too long, and St. Benedict's won it.
Yeah, when you're playing in a low block, Colin, it's so important to recognize that when you do win the ball or pinch possession away from the opposition, you have to be clinical with it, whether it be, of course, through set plays or otherwise. But in these instances here, Colin, when they win it back, yeah, you have to be going forward positively and have to be careful with the numbers that you're throwing forward.
Well, here's Cayenne, goes back towards Figaro. This is James. Turning with it nicely is Trotman, looking to play it on towards James, but here is, they win it back, Trotman, but he gives it away again. As the ball played forward, looking for Wong. Morris is there. Goes back to Mitchell. Ochoa. I haven't seen Garcia get a touch yet. And you could bet your life he's circling as that ball is played down to Wong. Steele, he gives it away. David wins it. This time Garcia gets hold of it, but it was out of play, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Mitchell. Figaro with that long ball, searching ball there, trying to get Burke going. But ball again played forward, looking for Burke by David. But St. Benedict's at the back. Hold on to things here. This is Morris. Ochoa. David. Goes past his man. But tripped in the process. Referee Williams indicates it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. David goes short to Ochoa. Very patient as usual in their build-up. This is Morris. Mitchell. Morris. Cayenne. St. Mary's well organized at the moment. This is Philip looking to go down the line. Can he keep it in? Still Philip does well, but eventually it comes out and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Not a bad run. Not a bad run from Philip. There's Cornell Glenn, the St. Mary's coach. He's done a wonderful job with them. When he came in, they were in the relegation zone and won a few games well with them. And they've, I think we made the points. A couple of surprise results. They won in Speyside earlier in the week. So really surprised me because I thought going to Speyside, they would have had problems. But here's a long ball.
Well, it was one of the statements he made. I believe we covered the Signal Hill game when he had just been installed as a coach, and he talked a lot about the structure. As we take a look at Coach Randolph Boyce of St. Benedict's College, he talked, Colin, a lot about of structuring the team and making sure that the players understand their role, their function, and the way they want to play, and most importantly, being a lot more resilient defensively. And you'd have to say, Colin, he's been able to do that.
Well, here is Burke. Nice ball there, looking for Garcia. He's in a little bit of a tussle there with Morris, and eventually it's cleared downfield, but it's won back by Morris. So there is Morris for St. Benedict's and Morris for St. Mary's. One is the defensive midfielder for St. Benedict's, LeSean Morris, and there's Isaiah Morris playing that right back for St. Mary's. They're made up with a back five at the moment, so they're not giving St. Benedict's any room as they come forward.
Clip this build-up.
So here is Figaro to Morris. Ochoa getting a 1-2 there with Garcia, but it's won by Mwang. He's all on his own. There's no support for him, and eventually coming across to win it was Figaro. Plays it back to his keeper, Devnish. James with that ball, looking for Burke. Plays it back to Trotman. He's brought down, and the referee Williams says immediately it's going to be a free kick. James plays it short towards Morris. This is Ochoa. Has a shot from distance, but never was really in control of it, and it goes harmlessly out for a goal kick for St. Mary's. So there is the St. Mary's form guide. You see it, 3 losses and 2 wins, but 2 important wins. The 4-0 win against Samoa North, and of course that 2-1 against Speyside. And losing 2-1 to Trinity East, and you thought when they lost that game, well, they could have been in trouble had they lost the game against Speyside, but they rebounded nicely.
Yeah, massive win against that Speyside team that has certainly been as inconsistent as they come. And I think that's really been the story of this season. So many teams, Colin, has been inconsistent in their play.
You're right, you could say that about at least 4 of them.
Teams, yeah. Well, and the teams that have stood out, of course, the teams that have been consistently good, your presentations, of course, this St. Benedict's College team, Arima North and Fatima. Outside of that, Colin, it's very difficult to argue any team that's been consistent outside of that 4.
You're right. Naparima, for example, win 1, lose 1, win 1.
Yeah, St. Anthony's as well.
Me, yeah. St. Augustine.
Yeah, Malik.
It's amazing that you look at some of the form guide and you say, well, and you look at some of the matchups and you say, well, Malik playing against X, they should win that game, and then all of a sudden they lose it. So yeah, it's what? Well, look at the Benedict's form, and that's
what you talk about a model of consistency.
Look at that. Look at the one that draw against Signal Hill.
Yeah, another inconsistent team, Signal Hill. They've had some huge results, and I do hope in a time where we do have readily available, certainly through some of our productions, Colin, readily available stats that some of these teams could probably look at and try to kind of narrow down into why they've been so inconsistent.
Yeah, you're right.
I do hope they take the time to do that, because it's this, again, we talk about this league being the opportunity to develop young players, and part of developing is understanding why they are and why certain situations are happening. And I do hope that they use those stats to of course, learn as to why their teams have been so inconsistent.
I wonder as well, Brent, if it's a mental thing. You know, some teams say, look at a team sheet and say, well, they're playing against X today. They're not going to be as difficult as if they were playing against Y. And sometimes they just drop their intensity level. And I think, to me, that's a lot of the problems. Here is that long ball, and not a bad effort.
I think you would also, Colin, have to take into consideration, and this is from the various coaching interviews that we've done, the amount of games.
Yeah.
Because I've heard several coaches, of course, make pronouncement as to the amount of games and make-up games and games in between that have certainly had an impact into the energy levels that some teams. I remember Cornell Glen just recently in his game against Arima North, of course, discussing the fact that his team would have played 3 games in a very short space of time.
Yeah, and I can understand that. And you're just wondering if maybe 15 teams, Brent, is slightly too much for the league. Maybe you need to look at it and reach a stage where you just have 3 teams relegated and nobody promoted, and just go with 12 teams.
Yeah, you do wonder.
It's a long ball. Yeah, I think 14 games are a lot of games for these youngsters. And you're really playing Wednesday, Saturday. So you play Wednesday, Saturday, you train maybe on a Monday.
Not much time for training and of course, looking back at things. It's something to look at. But I do hope, Colin, in everything that we have just said, that it is data-driven, factually driven, and not, of course, in the women fancies. That's my hope, because, as I said, with the production that we do here, we do give some very good numbers that they hopefully can utilize to improve themselves.
Well, a goal kick for St. Mary's. Been playing for just 10.5 minutes. No goals yet. No real threat by either team. So St. Mary's having a free kick just now. Nice one floated into the box, but nothing came of it. And in the meantime, St. Benedict's haven't really created very much. They've had a lot of possession. They've been knocking the ball nicely at the back and going wide to James on one side and then to David on the next side. But outside of that, they haven't really done much. Here's the ball played up the line towards Burke, but it goes out of play, and we see another goal kick for St. Mary's. Ball played wide, looking for Philip. Headed by James and headed out. And Philip just allowing it to go out. Philip. Ball comes off of James, and another throw for St. Mary's. It's Otley with the throw. Ball played infield to Wong, but foul committed and free kick awarded to St. Benedict's. There is Figaro with the free kick. Gets it to Mitchell. Ochoa. Dummies nicely. Gets it to Morris. Ball played nicely. Here comes St. Mary's. Philip is wide. Philip getting it down the line towards, but James is there. Through for St. Mary's. go wide towards Otley. This is Philip. Back to Otley. Looks to come down the line. Garcia finally has some space in front of him. Look what he had to collect it though. In his own half, plays a long, deep ball towards Trotman. Otley is there. Philip getting it back to, this is Otley again. Harper turns with it, but gives it away to Wong. One back by Morris. Ochoa looking for Garcia, doesn't find his man, and the ball played down towards McLeod. This is Steele looking to take on his man there in Humphrey. Figaro with the header. McLeod heading it on, looking for Harper. Ball played here to Trotman. He goes past Otley. Chips it forward, long forward. Looking for Garcia. And out comes goalkeeper Superville. Does a really good job. This is Figaro. Looking for Mitchell, but is he going to get it? Yes, he does find Mitchell. What is he going to do with it? Just plays it forward towards Burke. Burke turns nicely with it, but goes back to Ochoa. This is Mitchell. David looking to go up that left side. Cross comes James, plays it out. A through for St. Benedict's. Just about 16 minutes gone here. This is Garcia. Looking to take on James. Goes one way, then the next. Gets it to Ochoa. St. Mary's win it, however, with Shallery. He plays a long ball forward. Out comes Devonish. Leaves it for Figaro. Mitchell. It's a good ball wide towards David, but Ochoa gets possession. Turning nicely here with it and playing it there towards Morris is Burke. Mitchell. Look how well organized the Marys are. You're only seeing blue and white shirts in their defensive half. This is Harper. But the problem is that when they get it out, you've got to play it to foot. Once you play it away from Wong, it means it's going to come right back. But here's Ochoa. Looking for Garcia. Still Garcia. Going one way. He's looking for some support. He's going wide towards David. Sends the cross too close to the keeper.
Yeah, Colin, again, you mentioned when they do win the football that you do have to be productive with it. It's not certainly desirable for any team to defend for such long periods. You need some bit of respite, and of course you even need to use those opportunities in transition to try to get something out of it. It doesn't make sense just giving away the ball cheaply after defending for such long periods.
And they give it away again. This is Morris. Burke. He's got David wide. This is David. Playing it into space, and it's won here by Harper. Sends it downfield towards Wong. Wong is the Lone Ranger. Has a crack. Oh, just wide. Well, he's the one man playing on top is Elijah Wong. He made the run, got beyond the St. Mary's central defenders, went for the far post and just missed it.
Yeah, we talked about being productive when you do see that glimmering of possession, and give Wong credit. Still think Colin was stretching a bit when he did eventually take the shot. I think the touch before the shot took him a little bit too wide for my liking, but still, it certainly was very close to goalkeeper Devonish, enough for him to make an attempt at it.
Look at the 3 defenders around Garcia. But it's with Harper. Goes back towards
That's a good ball.
Otley, who plays a good ball towards James, but across comes Figaro. Ochoa gets it wide to Cayenne. This is Morris. Burke, Garcia sends it forward to Ochoa. Cayenne loses out to Philip. Philip does well, screens it nicely. Looking for some support now. Gets it to Harper. Plays a good ball down to Wong. He's got no support. He now has some support in McLeod. Well, he has a crack from distance. That was a ball that was bouncing and bobbling coming towards Devonish. Got his body nicely behind it. But interesting effort coming there from McLeod. Suppose when they get the opportunity, why not?
Yeah, and I'm sure if you told Coach Cornell Glenn before this fixture that coming up to almost 20 minutes that you would have had the 2 closest opportunities on goal. Well, here we go here.
Oh, that's a mistake here. But the Trotman couldn't put it away. The goalkeeper did well in the end, but a terrible mistake. Again, Brent, we talked about defenders and goalkeepers and communication.
Yeah, and having to deal with situations. But yeah, that was a chance. I was about to give credit for what St. Mary's College have done so far, and commentators' skills almost just completely unbuckled everything that they did.
Well, they made up for it in the end, goalkeeper.
This is better, and this is what I'm talking about, being productive when you do eventually win the football. Either we saw Wong having 1 or 2 opportunities, and then here in this phase where they just, of course, made the possession. This is the mix-up again between the defender and the goalkeeper. I tell you what, Colin, the goalkeeper did very well there, Superville, in stretching himself out and making sure that any idea of an attempt on goal would have been thwarted. So credit to him despite the initial mix-up.
Well, here is Harper. Oh, he tries to go wide to Philip. Philip fighting for it with James, Akeem James. Plays it back here towards Morris. This is Burke. Ball picked up by Ochoa, was trying to run through the defense. Burke back in possession. Looking to have a left-footed crack. Go straight to the keeper. So here is a free kick for St. Mary's. Just waiting to see who's going to take it. Could be Harper.
Still quite a long way out. You just hope that at minimum, it looks like he's going to cross it in the box, which I think is the most sensible thing to do.
Here is Harper, but straight into the hands of the keeper, and he holds on to it, and no real alarms for him. And of course, you can keep up with the SSFL on the SportsMax app. Download it from the App Store or Google Play to catch all the action and updates from the league wherever you are, whenever you want. So you can keep up with the SSFL, but on that SportsMax app, and you can download it. But here comes St. Benedict trying to download something of their own. And maybe a goal, but they can't get it done yet because St. Mary's, they're really good at the back at the moment. The ball played wide towards James. Sends it, that's going to be too close to the keeper. Well, he had a little problem because it was going over his head. Thankfully, it went out, and it's going to be a goal kick. Here comes St. Benedict's again. And James, they've certainly had more possession. As looking to play a 1-2 with Garcia, but he's got no room so far.
Yeah,
right?
and they've tried to do that on a couple of occasions through the middle of the park, where it's very congested, as you would have identified at the start of this game, Colin. St. Mary's College playing with a back five. They've packed the middle of the park. Phillips tucking in there to give them a little bit extra. So there's not a lot of room in there. They need to utilize the wings. And again, they have not done a good job of that. They have to be a lot more expansive in their approach. Yeah. And I just think that their movement, Colin, off the football, it's just been too slow. And it hasn't been able to really bother St. Mary's College's defense, as we see again a good defensive
defending
play
by Otley.
Excellent. So despite the fact that St. Benedict's College have not been able to break the deadlock so far, give St. Mary's a lot of credit, but again, St. Benedict's College need to do a little bit better in that department.
Here's a right-sided corner. The heads go up. Oh, he should have hit the target.
Yeah, and it's a free header.
Yep, Figaro
coming forward, met it well, timed his run to perfection. As we have another look at it, a good corner there from Garcia. Look at it, he meets it, thumping header.
Needed to head it down,
needed to get over it a bit more and head it down. And I think anything that hit the turf would have provided some sort of problem for goalkeeper Superville. Instead, he went over. It's a well-timed run, Colin, which says to me that he had more than enough time to get a better shape on his body to probably head it down, but just wasn't able to do it.
Philip going offside, and it's going to be a free kick. We see there is the water break now for the players, brought to you by SportsMax. And it's been a hot day. It's cooled a little. The sun has left us, and let's hope it stays behind whichever cloud it's behind at the moment. But of course, no threat of rain. Lots of blue skies all around. And there's just that one cloud just over the ground, hovering over the ground, that the sun has gone behind. And we're very thankful for that, Mr. Sun. And there is the cloud. No immediate threat of rain with that, but let's just hope it stays around maybe for about an hour, Brent, a further hour and a half. You're laughing.
Is that your equivalent of a cooling break for us here?
Well, yeah, well, it's kudos so far to St. Mary's. I think they've planned the game nicely. They're well organized at the back. They're playing with five at the back. The thing is, they're playing with Wong up front, and every time Wong gets the ball, you got a feel for him because he looks right, he looks left, and there's no blue and white shirts. You know, and look at it, 31% possession. I'm not surprised. Yeah, as opposed to 69%.
Yeah, but and you know, sometimes, Colin, when we look at these sorts of stats, the pass completion 52% to 80%, the St. Benedict's College. Sometimes teams can control a football game without possessing the football necessarily for long period of times, and I think this is exactly what I would suggest with St. Mary's College, because they have been able to control, not just only deny St. Benedict's College opportunities and goal, but they've also controlled the football game. They've made it difficult for them, and they have seen one or two very decent opportunities for themselves going the next way. So if I'm Coach Cornell Glenn, I'll be very happy.
I would be very, very pleased with the first 26 minutes of this game, because outside of that chance that Trotman had, where there was a complete mix-up between the central defender and the goalkeeper, they've not really created anything else. And there's the crowd in the Father Jerry Panton Pavilion, all seated nicely, and you would expect majority there are St. Mary's supporters. And let's just give you a quick goal score. Fatima, are they leading Malik by 1-0? Sorry to go there. I should have gone first.
Well, I'm not surprised. Your eyes have a certain...
Yeah. And let's see, Sawa, they're leading as well. Sawa against Signal Hill by 1-0.
That's actually
it's
tied up.
Is that
well, Signal Hill?
Kyle James?
Kyle James again in the score sheet. Not surprised there. Naparima College in that big derby down south against Presentation College. They're up by 1-0 so far. A goal by Sebastian James.
Well, here's a ball played wide to David, who has come forward from that left-back position. Sends it across, but headed out towards Ochoa. Plays it to Burke, has a shot along the ground, didn't have the power. Goalkeeper was going one way and had to dive to his right eventually, but because it didn't have the kind of power, eventually Superville was able to hold on to it easily. So this is Humphrey, looking to go wide, picked up by Morris. Isaiah Morris for St. Mary's, plays it down, looking for Wong. Across comes Mitchell. Ball played in field by Burke. That's it towards Morris. This is Ochoa. Cayenne. He has to go back to Figaro. Morris. James. Cayenne back to James. Trying to find Garcia. A mistake here, and Garcia's on the go. Looking for that left foot shot. They're appealing for handball, and I think they've got the free kick. I thought it was a little unlucky because that ball seemed to have come up from his leg onto his hand. And I thought that was a unlucky handball. Let's have a look at it again.
Yeah, as we take a look at it, Garcia looking for a shot. It bounces off the ground. And I mean, I don't know how much he knows about it for it to even be considered. And even the discussion of an unnatural position certainly doesn't come into that conversation. But yeah.
But they've got a wonderful chance here now, St. Benedict's, to take the lead. And of course, it's going to be Garcia with the free kick. Who else? His goalkeeper, Superville, just organizing his wall.
That's a very close 10 yards for the wall.
Here is Garcia. Hits it into the wall.
Yeah, I did wonder.
You're probably right at the end. But here's McLeod. Sends it downfield.
I'm surprised St. Benedict's College didn't make more of an uproar regarding that the distance away from the ball or the wall.
Yep.
And I go back to the reason why the free kick was given, as we have a much better angle of it. Comes off of the ground, the back is turned.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
That's harsh. That's harsh. That's very harsh. He didn't even know anything. He probably didn't even know the ball. He didn't even know the ball was coming towards him.
Yeah.
That was harsh. But it ends well for St. Mary's. They would have been hard done to concede a goal there. But of course, you can't be too hard. You know, you are, again, Brent, you know, here comes Garcia. This is going to be a goal.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss from those ranges. And unfortunately, there is goal number, 17 in the season. And the one chance that he got, St. Mary's was at disarray at the back. They were so well organized. But in minute 32, Garcia makes it St. Benedict's 1, St. Mary's 0. Let's have a look.
Yeah, well, this is his 17th goal. Always on the front foot, always trying to play off his shoulders. And this time the ball eventually squeezes past him. St. Mary's defender unable to deny that pass. And once Garcia is in those sorts of positions, he don't miss. A little bit of a celebration. Not sure what that means. It's something like a jig or a dance, but it doesn't matter. 17 goals and a championship for that young man. I'm very sure it's worth all the dancing for. Good finish. Must be said, Superville comes off his line, but was always second best. And well placed away and tucked away by Garcia.
Yeah, for once, St. Mary's defense let them down slightly. It didn't seem well organized at the back at that time. But here it's Philip looking for Wong. Confronted by Morris. And then plays that ball.
It's a brilliant ball.
This is Morris for St. Mary's.
That's a bad delivery.
Looking for Philip, goes over his head.
Yeah, and Philip may have or could have been a little bit more patient in getting into the box and picking his run properly. I mean, and that's a difficult criticism, if I must say, because it was a ball that probably had a little bit too much height in it. But certainly, that was a chance there for St. Mary's College. He developed the play, Philip, and then eventually spread out wide. And those sorts of chances, Colin, when they do get into those situations, they have to make it count. They have to make the goalkeeper save.
That's right. Here's
Or make him work.
Getting it down to Morris. Lishon Morris. This is a good ball for Garcia. Oh, he gets it better of Otley, sends it across field. Harper is there, but St. Benedict's through Berg. Has a crack, goes just over the bar. Nippy little player is Berg. Could seem very much left-footed, but making a little room for himself, having a go, but getting it just over the bar.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision there in the back by St. Mary's College, allowing Burke the opportunity to have that shot. And they have to be careful, St. Mary's. It's still only 1-0. Still have a chance to get back in it. They don't want to give up any opportunities that would immediately put this game out of reach for them. I would say, Colin, for the most part, they've defended quite well. They've just had that one mistake that Garcia pounced on, and of course, just moments ago, in that particular situation, allowing St. Benedict's another look on frame. But outside of that, really, you'd have to see it's not been a bad performance defensively from St. Mary's.
It hasn't. Here is the ball won by McLeod. Gets the return ball, trying to get past Morris. Not able to do that as the ball played wide. This coming forward now with it is Garcia, but you could see him looking for the little bit of space and room to get the shot away. But here goes Wong. He's gone. Trying to outrun James, and oh my word, there's absolutely no support for him. So he just keeps going.
Yeah. And he will always struggle, Colin, to get support because the way that they're playing. And maybe sometimes he has to be a little bit more patient and hold the ball up and wait for support.
Here's Trotman.
That's good skill. That's excellent skill.
Foul by Trotman there. He looks bemused because he's saying that he thought he was fouled rather than he doing the fouling on
we have
Utley.
Another look at it here. Yeah, and even in the replay, I guess it could really have gone anywhere.
Either way, yeah, that's right, you're right.
So I'm not surprised the referee chose one.
Well, here is Morris. Heading that ball forward to no one in particular. And Humphrey plays it down. He gives it away. Burke goes wide to David. Blows past his man. And headed into the box inadvertently. And now headed away. McLeod trying to come away with it. The shot bouncing in front of the keeper. And Garcia nearly got there in time. The shot coming from Ochoa, bouncing in front of the keeper. Very, very difficult. He did well in the end. And who was coming in trying to get the rebound? None other than Garcia. But here comes St. Mary's with steal. But he gives it away. Morris. James. Cayenne. Ochoa goes wide. David. Burke is offside, and it's going to be a free kick for St. Mary's. In the meantime, a player is down. I'm not sure if it's Steele down on the far side. So just coming up to 37 minutes, and St. Benedict's leading by that goal in the 32nd minute by Daryl Zoom Zoom Garcia. Who else? As the player is up. It looks to be Steele. Yes, and it's got some treatment. Young Jeremiah Steele. So he's all right to continue. There's Coach Cornell Glenn just talking to a couple of the St. Mary's players.
And I'm sure he's, of course, mentioning the importance of being responsible when they do win the football. Because on a couple of occasions, they've had misclearances, clearances and passes falling short. As I said, when you're in this sort of situation, you're defending deep in a low block, when you do win the football, Colin, it has to count. You have to make sure that there is value in that little of possession, because coming up against the St. Benedict's team, your chances will be limited. So it's important that whatever you do, you make sure that those chances count.
Well, it appears that some changes here made by St. Mary's. We'll give you those changes in a minute.
And of course, it looks like one of those changes. Of course, Kuna Hislop on the technical staff for St. Mary's College, brother of Shaka Hislop, but certainly known around these parts in the blue and white. Probably one of the more exciting or most exciting player to come out from St. Mary's College. I'm sure he probably would have put your Fatima to the sword on a couple of occasions, Colin, but I know you won't want to admit, so I won't even ask you.
I will. I will. In one particular season.
One.
Yeah, Brent. One particular game, we had Fatima had beaten St. Mary's twice for the season. Going into the last game, we needed a victory to win the Big Seven. And having beaten St. Mary's twice for the season, it was a matter of just turning up. And unfortunately, we didn't turn up. Kuna Hislop scored 4. That was the end of the game.
I'm sure there are a couple more stories like that, but I know you won't want to share it or admit it at some point.
And, there was another year with the Moores brothers, and unfortunately, Brent, we drew that game with them, and at the end of it, it caused St. Mary's not to win the league. So it was payback time the following year. It was payback time.
It's remarkable that you remember that
I remember that, yeah, for sure. But there is the ball played across, but to no one in particular. So this is St. Mary's coming forward with it, trying to get things going. The shot comes, not a bad effort. That was Otley, had a really good effort, and goalkeeper Devonish had to be at his best.
Yeah, tell you what, out of nowhere really. Got a lot in behind that shot. And just like that, the game almost turned on his head.
So the corner comes in, but it's going to be headed away. Eventually it's picked up by McLeod. There is McLeod, but it's won here by St. Benedict's as they come forward with it. This is Garcia.
This is where they're dangerous.
Running at the defenders. Look at him go. Trying to get in between 2-3 defenders. The goalkeeper has to come.
Excellent defended. And we all know when Garcia picks up ahead of steam and starts running at defenders, it's always a dangerous thing. But give him credit. That was really outstanding defending there. And here comes St. Mary's College.
Yes, this is Otley.
Things are opening up a bit as we get
goes
the
wide
end of this first half.
This is London who's come on. London has come on as a substitute. So London for Phillip. That's one of the substitutions. Miller for Steele. And then the third one, Grant for Wong. But here comes St. Benedict's looking for Trotman. Got to be careful at the back. This is McLeod. So it's going to be a throw for St. Mary's. No, the assistant referee says it's for St. Benedict. So the throw quickly taken. Cayenne looking for Burke. He's all over the field, isn't he? Gets it back there towards Morris. So here is the ball played in field. One back here, the ball played now. Oh, this is a good run. Oh, and he's brought down. Miller brought down there, the man who was come on as a substitute.
I thought there for a second that we may have seen another colour.
Yep.
But there were certainly defenders in trail. And again, St. Mary's College getting one or two looks on the St. Benedict's goal. They've shown the propensity to be a bit sloppy on times, St. Benedict's. And St. Mary's have had opportunities to pounce on that, and they've set up another one.
Yeah, of course, Miller coming on and creating problems, replacing Wong. And they've got this free kick, St. Mary's. Goes towards the far post. Headed away. James chases it, gets it to McLeod. Eventually cleared away. This is Harper. Ball played forward, long forward, looking for Miller. Yep. No, he was the last defender. He was the last. Now the question is, was he too far out? And maybe, just maybe, the referee thought that defenders could have got back in time. He was definitely the last defender. What you have to consider, did referee Williams think that there were defenders, he was so far out that defenders could have got back to put in the tackle. That's the only thing. So 45 minutes now on the clock, and we have 4 minutes of added on time as it's with Burke. So St. Benedict still leading by that 32nd minute goal by Garcia. There's a slight drizzle now coming across the ground. So the conditions here have changed at St. Mary's ground. Long ball looking for Trotman. Plays it in field. This is Morris. Looking for Garcia. Turns nicely with it. But eventually it's played out. Shallery, the man getting the last touch, and the referee has indicated it's going to be a right-sided corner. So here is the right-sided corner. Again, the heads go up. Still not out of danger and headed wide. So it's going to be a left-sided corner this time for St. Benedict's. Chipped into that. The heads again going up. David seemed to be the man coming in and attacking the ball. Couldn't get the header on target. And it's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. Here is James to McLeod. Nicely back here towards Shallery. This is Humphrey. Goes wide to Morris. Looking to play it forward towards Miller. Long ball looking for Garcia. This is a one-on-one. Trying to come back in field. Has to go with his right foot as he tucked it back over the head of the defender with his left foot onto his right. Had the shot and it goes wide, and that's it. So that is the situation. here at St. Mary's Ground with that final delivery going out, and it's still, there is the rain falling here at St. Mary's Ground at the moment. Not very heavy, just about a slightly harder than a drizzle, but nothing really to change the conditions. So that's the situation here at halftime. St. Mary's College, they trail St. Benedict's College by 1-0. The goal scored by who else? Daryl Zoom Garcia. And that's it at halftime. So we're going to take a break and come back here at the St. Mary's Ground.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
Totally Male has been around since 1994. Our primary focus is the aesthetic upgrading of all males. Our highly skilled team of women are trained, professional, and committed to first-class customer service. Centrally located at 6 Windsor Avenue, New Kingston, Jamaica. Totally Male is your man cave, where we offer cable, private rooms, and a beverage of your choice while you're being pampered. Totally Male, a woman's touch for the exceptional man.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.
Welcome back here to St. Mary's Ground as it's halftime, and the champions, they lead by 1-0 against a very plucky, well-organized St. Mary's College. And of course, let's have a look at the highlights. Referee Williams had the whistle for this one, and there she goes as she indicates the match well underway, and St. Benedict's dominating proceedings. They certainly had a lot of possession, not really creating very much. That cross ball too close to the keeper, but this man, Wong, Elijah Wong, he was really on fire, had a shot, went just wide. He was the lone man up front, and he ran at this. Every time he picked up the ball, he ran at the defenders. And this one, the cross ball going straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. And a corner. Figaro with the header. You had to think he should have hit the target. It was a good run from him. He met the ball, but headed it over the bar. And a shot coming from Burke. No power in that. And even though goalkeeper Superville was going one way, had to dive back the next way, he was still able to get it. And then the ball was played through. A little bit of a defensive mistake. The ball going through to Garcia. He made the diagonal run, and he doesn't miss from those kind of areas. And look at it. The defender just sticking the leg out, couldn't get his foot to stop the ball, and it went into the back of the net. And Garcia, one-on-one with the keeper, and he said thank you very much, and he just plays it into the back of the net. Not sure about that celebration. Reminded me of Brent Sancho, but it was certainly not a great celebration. Let's have a look at the stats. And 5 shots to 11. three shots on target as opposed to 4, 5 fouls to 7, 1 yellow card handed to St. Benedict's, no red cards, 3 corners to 1, and look at the possession, 66 to 34, runs into the box, 4 to 3. Please ignore that top at halftime. It's not 12-all, it's 1-0. St. Benedict's lead at this point in time. And where's Hans? I'm not sure where Hans is. He's somewhere around with some of the fans. Where are you, Hans?
Thank you very much, Colin Murray. I'm definitely in the stands here with Alison and Kevin. Now, Kevin, you actually coached the under-16s for St. Mary's College. How you feel about the boys this year? I mean, the season didn't start off exactly perfectly. I mean, you had to change your coach, and, you know, they reached this point.
Yes. So, first of all, let me start by congratulating St. Benedict's and Coach Boyce. But, yeah, so a lot of the boys who are playing here now did come up through me, through previous under-16 teams. I think the beginning of it with Coach Grayson, he did do a really good job over the preseason and got players very fit. I think then Coach Glenn came in and we had a little bit more structure, and they did. So we played with what we had to play with, and the boys are keeping a good formation and
all right, step-by-step building. Let's talk about Intercolor a little bit. What do you think are the chances for the boys from CIC?
I think, as far as I know, I think the first game might be QRC. Right. I think I saw that. So that's a traditional, college
derby kind of vibe. That's the derby, right?
Correct.
So we'll see what happens.
There. Anything could happen in a derby, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Well, we wish you all the best. Now, Alison, let's talk about St. Benedict's College. I mean, flags is out today. Alison, how you feel about the boys' achievement this year, especially Darrell Garcia?
We are all pleased. We are all happy. Zoom is a gem, the entire team, and we are just celebrating God's favor on us.
All right, so won the Premiership Division. Do you all think they can do it for the Intercol?
Of course. We did it in 2022. You understand? We took the league and we took the Intercol, and we're going at it again this year.
She says they're going at it again. Brent Sancho and Colin Murray are going to look at some of the points that could have changed the direction of the first half. Brent, Colin, over to you on the pitch.
Thank you very much. Brent.
Colin, I have to say, I'm happy to see Kevin Eiffel out there. Yeah. He's taken some time off of his golfing strokes and he's back into football. So St. Mary supporters, Kevin Eiffel, is good to see him.
Yeah,
but back to this fixture here.
Yeah, I'm unlucky. And when I say unlucky, I think St. Mary's have been so well organized. Yeah. And one little mistake at the back, and when you've got a player of the class and quality of young Garcia, you can't afford to. I thought they handled him well. Every time he picked up the ball, there were 2 and 3 defenders around him.
Yeah.
But that one mistake, he made the diagonal run, it was played through. I think it was Shallery who tried to get across, couldn't stop it, and that's all he needed.
Yeah, and if I was to be critical, or overly critical, I should say, when they had their opportunities in Mary's College on the break, in transition, I think they could have done a little bit better. There's a couple instances where they have errant passes, clearing the ball out to the back. It's so important when you are defending that you're efficient on both ways. But also something that I picked up, Colin, in the way that St. Benedict's have approached this. We're seeing them building out the back. We're seeing 3 players or 4 players behind the football. From a Coach Boyce perspective, I would like to see my centre halves on the halfway line, trying to build the play, and the midfielders playing in pockets. There are too many defenders behind the ball, and it's not allowing St. Benedict's the kind of penetration they need, the kind of width that they need to put forward to be able to put St. Mary's colours under pressure. You talked about St. Mary's has done very, very well, but I think added to the fact, I think St. Benedict's colours need to improve with those sorts of situations. You need to get more players ahead of the football. Let the centre halves do that job in terms of bringing it and playing into pockets in the middle of the park. We've seen on a couple occasions that they try to play in these tight areas, St. Benedict's College, in the congested middle of the park, and it has been difficult. Zoom Garcia has tried to come very deep in some occasions, Colin, and although, yes, they are leading 1-0, I do think improvements are needed from St. Benedict's College, because at the end of the day, Colin, St. Mary's College has created some opportunities.
Yeah.
So from a St. Benedict's perspective, they have to do a little bit better when it comes to that aspect of the game.
Yeah, I think when I look back at that, and I understand the point you're making, because it's creating that little bit of a space between the centre halves and say Wong, for example. So every time Wong picks up the ball, he's able to control it and move forward with it. And then the centre halves come into play. And if they were a little more, as you rightly say, forward, they would stop that ball coming direct to Wong.
Both from our onside. And if we had to freeze it here, if we had to freeze it right here, the producer had to freeze it. Look how many yellow shirts are behind the football. They need to be more advanced, especially the two centre halves. So you see the wing back as well there. They need to be further ahead. The reason being that will allow the forwards for St. Benedict's College to push higher up the park, stretch the game a bit, and obviously be a little bit more dynamic in their approach. And that is the difference. This is too easy for St. Mary's to defend. It's way too easy. They just shuffle across and they get it. And they have to. And of course, when they did have the opportunity to get a little bit more space, look at it here, Colin. One touch and then one touch in behind. That's what you need. And that's the difference there. Of course, albeit it was a mistake by the St. Mary's defender, but that was a little bit better. And of course, as we did discuss, Daryl Garcia just don't miss from those types of situations.
Miss, you know, the thing is, Brent, they're now one goal behind. So is it a situation now where they may, I don't want to say throw caution to the wind.
No, I think
but they've got to go forward a little bit.
Yeah, but I think for at least called for the first 10, 15 minutes, you remain with the way that you have approached things so far. Continue with that, correct in those situations, and of course, being a little bit better, and of course the way when they do get the football, they need to be better in that department. If they improve their first 10, 15 minutes, and after that, as you rightfully said, then you throw caution to the wind and try to get yourself back into it.
And we should really, well, it's going to be interesting second half. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be action here at the St. Mary's ground. St. Mary's, they're trailing 1-0 against St. Benedict's.
The UEFA Champions League is heating up, and the reckoning will continue for match day 4. Paris Saint-Germain will put their pride on the line against Atletico Madrid, as both teams need the win. Catch it live, Wednesday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT on SportsMax and on the SportsMax app.
The Bahrain International is up next on the global racing calendar, and the 7-year-old Spirit Dancer, co-owned by Manchester United legend Sir Alex Ferguson, returns to defend his title. $1 million, 10 furlongs. Watch on Saturday, the 16th of November, 7:30 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean, 6:30 in Jamaica, on SportsMax, SportsMax Racing, and on the SportsMax app. Your destination. Get the SportsMax app now.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.
Welcome back here to St. Mary's College Ground, and we're just about getting set for action in the second half. St. Benedict's players, they are ready in the middle. We see a substitution, and it's number 20. Let's see who that is. He is coming on. It's Ruben Phillips, and he is coming on for Isaiah David. So David is off, and Ruben Phillips is on, so he's probably going to pick up that position wide on the left. Again, just about ready for action here, and as we talk of action, you can keep up with the SSFL on the SportsMax app. Download it from the App Store or Google Play to catch all the action and updates from the league wherever you are, whenever you want, so you can keep up with the SSFL action on the SportsMax app. And you can download it and you'll get all the action as we're getting ready for action here at St. Mary's Ground in the second half. We're just awaiting referee Williams to blow the whistle, and there she goes as Garcia. Well, I wonder what that was. Somebody said to him, listen, you may catch the keeper off guard if you take a shot from the goal.
Not that type of shot.
Well, just a quick update on some of the scores. Arima North, they're leading Speyside by 1-0. Fatima, they still lead Malik by 1-0. Presentation, they're down 1-0 against Naparima. Sawo, they're 2-1 up against St. Anthony's. Signal Hill, they lead East Mukarapu by 1-0. They're in serious trouble. St. Augustine and Kioasi, goalless at this point in time. So a lot of the game so far, just a 1 goal in it, as we have here. And Garcia just running into an offside position. It's going to be a free kick. So some of the young fans coming out here to cheer on St. Benedict's, no doubt. As it's going to be a free kick. Let's see, long one. Sent up field there by London, but sent right back. And there's the confirmation of the substitution. Phillips in for David. Garcia chips that ball forward to Ochoa. Does well. Sends it back in field, looking for Burke. It's cleared away. But comes to Morris. He goes wide towards the substitute, Phillips. Back towards Morris. Plays the ball forward to Ochoa. This is James. Chipping it forward, and eventually the loose ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a corner. Ball coming off of the defender. And St. Benedict's with a right-sided corner. Garcia is going to take it. Takes it short to Ochoa. He gets it back to Garcia with the left foot. Tries to curl it into the box. Heads go up. But eventually Harper doesn't clear it. And the loose ball, let's see, it's going to be a corner. So it came off of Harper as the shot was coming in there from Trotman. And it came off of Harper. So it's going to be a left-sided corner. As the drizzle is back with us here at the St. Mary's Ground. Just a slight drizzle, but enough to have one or two umbrellas out. Here is the corner. The keeper comes. Didn't think he got there. And eventually it's played out by James, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's.
And Paul swung in there to the box. Goalkeeper Superville coming out but left with nothing. Eventually the ball being cleared.
Well, that's not a bad effort. Oh, Superville pushes it over the bar, but Burke, the ball was just bouncing towards him, and I think he caught keeper Superville by surprise because he just had a go. He hit it well. It was straight to the keeper who had to save.
Yeah. That was a shot that certainly had the ferocity on it that will cause trouble. Here comes Garcia.
Cleared upfield towards Miller, and he's fouled. And St. Mary's with the free kick.
Another look here at a fair shot there by Burke. Superville slightly off his line, taking no chances there. Punches it over the bar.
Here goes Miller. Looking to cut in field with it. But loses out towards James. Foul committed there on Cayenne. And it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. Good bit of defending. Through now for St. Benedict's as Cayenne is down. A little bit of contact there, it seemed, with Shallery. So a throw for St. Benedict's as Cayenne is getting some treatment at the moment. So we enter the second half. And St. Benedict's taking the lead in the 32nd minute. They had to wait a long time. They were certainly had the bulk of the possession, something like 66%. But they couldn't create the scoring opportunities with the possession. Eventually, one little mistake in the 32nd minute by the St. Mary's defense, and Garcia was through. And that's the only chance he needed to make it 1-0. Figaro. Chipping it down that right side. Here comes St. Benedict's, but offside, or the ball went out of play. He couldn't keep it in, so a throw. Here is the St. Benedict's goalkeeper. He's got a cap on, because the sun now, I wonder if he has a second or extra caps, because myself and Brent Sancho could do with one. But here goes St. Benedict's. Across comes James. It's going to be a corner. Yeah, he's got a cap on because the direction of the sun is in his eyes, and the sensible thing, he called for a cap, and makes the world of sense, because he's going to be looking straight into the sun.
Sounds like you want a cap, Colin.
Well, I was more thinking of you, Brent. I was more trying to be considerate of you. You look very uncomfortable at the moment. I'm not sure why, but here is the corner, headed away. Here's Burke. Goes wide. Garcia chips it in field. Not a great ball. It's headed away. Going to get a second bite of it. Let's see what he's going to do. Twisting, turning with it. Does well. Gets past one. Looks to play a 1-2. As he goes down that right side, still in possession. Sends it back in field. Morris was the one who played the 1-2 with him, but Morris was nowhere to get that cross ball coming back in. It's a good touch going down that right side. Phillip never got hold of it. Sort of rushed the shot, and it spliced off the outside of his left boot and went outside for a goal kick. So the cross ball coming left for Phillips, came into it.
Just never really looked like he was going to connect with that correctly. So well left it there, but once you got there, just need to get your laces properly onto the leather.
Well, here is the goal kick. Sent upfield. Thought for a moment that Grant was brought down, but certainly not. Actually, it was Manswell there. But here goes Miller. Ball played forward by, this is Ochoa. Looking for Burke, but he loses out. Harper, still Harper, turns nicely with it, being pressured there at the moment. Manswell couldn't help him out, but Harper going up that right side. This is Harper. He's got in the middle, he's got Miller. Sends it infield. Gets the return ball. Here is St. Mary's. They go wide, and unfortunately it couldn't be kept in by Morris, and it's going to be a through for St. Benedict's. So here is that ball played forward. Morris plays it into Garcia, plays it to Ochoa, goes forward for the return ball, but was intercepted by Humphrey. And this is Ochoa. Still Ochoa. That's a good tackle by London. Sends it upfield. Gets it to Miller. Manswell is wide on the right. This is Manswell. Turns with it. But the ball played towards Morris, who is overlapped on that right side for St. Mary's. Sends a deep cross. Headed away by James. Picked up by Cayenne. Garcia plays a good 1-2 with him, and then he was trying to get it further down the line, looking for Trotman, and it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Just about 10 and a half minutes gone in the second half. St. Benedict's haven't been able to increase the lead against a very good St. Mary's outfit, well coached, and you could see them playing to a plan. Ball played forward, looking for Miller. But Burke gets possession. Plays that ball to Garcia. The shot comes. That's a great shot. That's even a better save. What a good shot from Trotman. It was low. It was hard. It was to the right of the keeper, Superville. He dived and parried it. Couldn't hold on to it. But let's say he moved into it, hit it just to his right, and he got down very, very quickly indeed. That was a good save. That surely could have been 2-0. So a goal kick for St. Mary's. Let's have a look. There's the shot, and look at him. He got down quickly to his right. Couldn't hold on to it for obvious reasons, because it was always going away from him. It was hit low, it was hit hard. There are some of the supporters for St. Benedict's having a good time, because not only have they won the league, but they're leading here by 1-0. So a throw for St. Benedict's. Or is it a free? Nope. The throw sent towards Mitchell. He gets it to Figaro. Figaro playing it forward towards Garcia. This is Ochoa. Morris, Garcia, Ochoa. Oh, that's a good ball, but Burke can't get it. It's cleared upfield, but it's going to come right back through James. Decides to go back, but he couldn't keep it in, James, and it's going to be a throw for St. Mary's. So London with the throw, headed on but out, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's this time. This is Figaro. Mitchell. Mitchell. Morris. Intercepted by Miller, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's.
And we has another look at it. Look at that shot, Colin. Had everything right about it.
Here's Garcia. And the assistant on the far side says it's a corner. So a right-sided corner. It's going to be taken with the left boot. Wonder if it's Burke. No, it's not Burke. It's going to take it. Swinging in. Superville didn't get there. And eventually the shot comes. But here goes St. Mary's as they're trying to come forward. Long ball looking for Burke. Headed away by Morris and eventually cleared upfield by Shallery. Ball played forward. This is Garcia. Burke looking to come in field with it. St. Mary's, they're going to come forward with it. Ball played wide towards Morris. Has to go back towards James. This is Humphrey. Going wide to London. Back to Humphrey. Harper. London. Trying to go up that left side. Takes the ball out, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Morris to Garcia, who's come very deep at this point in time. Plays a long ball, but aimless ball really, and St. Mary's have a throw. Just about over an hour gone here, 61 minutes coming up to minute 62. So the ball played. This is St. Mary's. They're going to come forward through Miller. Eventually it's played to Harper. Has to go all the way back towards James. And he plays the long ball forward, trying to get Manswell going. But it goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Fatima has gone 2 goals up against Malik. Of course, that guy, Caden Trestriel, has scored again. Kiwasi still leads St. Augustine by 1-0. So here is St. Benedict's going forward through James. Burke trying to come in field with it. But Morris picks up the loose ball. Gets it to Ochoa. He tries to flick it onto Garcia. Eventually, it goes wide. That's McLeod. Back to London. Morris. Superville chips it out towards Morris. He's looking around, trying to get it up towards Miller. Figaro picks it up. Plays it to Ochoa. Loose ball picked up as here comes St. Mary's. Wide is Manswell. Looking to take on his man. Oh, not sure if he was trying for a shot or trying to chip it back.
Yeah,
and it did neither.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get that shot. Created the angle, Colin, but just wasn't able to execute. I think it really comes down to, of course, St. Mary's College in those moments or in the opportunities that they may get in this game. It's how well they deal with it and how productive they are. Certainly St. Benedict's College have already shown that they're capable on any occasion and putting the ball in the back of the net, and St. Mary's just have to try to defend as resolutely as they can, but outside of that they can only help themselves with being better. But here comes St. Benedict. This could be dangerous. It's a poor clearance.
Well, eventually it's still not a great clearance.
Yeah, that
goes to Phillip.
That doesn't help your cause, does it?
No, it doesn't. Garcia trying to turn with it. Has to go wide towards James. And St. Benedict's, they've made a substitution. And we'll give you confirmation of who's come on and who's come off. As this is going up that right side is Morris for St. Mary's. Still St. Benedict's now in possession. Ball played back in field to goalkeeper Devnish. As we see a player on the ground, but in the meantime they're taking a water break here. Brought to you by SportsMax, as the players will be going off to get that water break.
Well, Colin, I know you're always interested in the scores in and around the league. Presentation College have gone level with Naparima. Penalty from Vaughan Clement. Scores down there in Mani Ramjan 1-1. Of course, there's another result pending here. It's San Juan North. They've come to life. They've scored again against St. Anthony's. Scores are coming in thick and fast. Colin Arima, they have equalized against Bayside, and none other than Riquelme Phillips in the 48th minute. And Queen's Royal College continue to lead St. Augustine. Isaiah Isaac with the goal. So some other jostling and jousting there for position and points. Yep. And it's of course what you would expect.
It's going to be interesting. So
and it's I think when you look at things in terms of course, St. Benedict's College have already tied things up from a top of the table perspective, and all congratulations go out to them. I tell you what, Colin, that relegation battle is very, very intriguing,
very much
and
on,
interesting, and very much on. And I think the point that I'm going to make is the fact that today is supposed to be officially the last day.
That's it, yeah.
But there are games to be played, and more importantly, games involving relegation threatened teams.
Brent, I don't like it.
No, of course it's not what you want.
Your last round, everybody should be playing at the same time.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is to uphold the integrity of the competition.
Of course.
And now that, of course, especially from a Trinity College East perspective, that's it for them. Today is their last day.
Yeah.
And they have to be fingers crossed all the way through, because the likes of Speyside, who has 12 games, this game today makes it their 13th game. Of course, Miracle Ministries already down and dusted. Signal Hill Secondary, Colin, they have played 12 games. They have a couple of games, 3 games that fact in hand. That's a swing of 9 points.
Yeah, that's it. It's just not on.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I think teams should all have, when you come into the last round, all the teams should be equal in terms of games played.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, it's just not on. And I know they will say that
weather
because
permitted.
of this.
But you have to have games
and all of that.
Yeah, you have to have days where you could replay these sorts of games.
Exactly.
I tell you what, it really puts, and I'm looking at Trinity College East position, Colin, because when they play today, if they are to win today, they go up to 13 points. Yeah. When you look at of course Speyside, Trinity College East, Colin, they have 14 games, 10 points, and if they win today, they go to 13. Now, of course, with all the games being cancelled, you talk about availabilities of venues and all those different things that the SSFL has to deal with. And it's just such a challenge. It's a mountain almost, because you want to see these games being played. We have several facilities currently not up and operating and running. So it made things almost unattainable.
And
it really is.
You have to think, Brent, okay, we understand that. Not only that, when you have fixtures Wednesdays on Saturdays, you have little room to maneuver. And I know coming down to, but I tell you what, I would have preferred this round to be postponed and play some of the outstanding games, and then play the last round maybe on Monday or some other time. I know Intercol is looming, but it's something you have to think of, because it's really, when you know exactly what you need to do coming into the last couple of games, it's a problem to me. But let's have a look at this. Injury went down. Yeah,
very unfortunate. Forward coming in there slipped and stepped on, and everything that comes with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a packed schedule. Just getting back to that discussion, Brent, you have the championship games, and not only that, you have the teams playing. They have their second 11, they have the under 16 on a Thursday maybe. So it's a real packed itinerary, and with all different types of football. But it's something they've got to look at going forward, because for teams to have a game or two in hand, knowing that they need 4 points or they need 6 points, it's not really good. But I understand the problems the league face. As you rightly said, some of the waterlogged grounds, some of the stadium not ready, and that's a problem. But here goes St. Benedict's. They don't have any issues. Well, I'm saying that on the field. Let me see, Brent, can you do that? If you were,
I'm very sure you were at the Queen's Park Oval. You and all of your friends, and they were admiring.
Well, I was
several very good touches.
I was standing next to a certain gentleman who knows you extremely well. And every time you got the ball, he said, look at him, he don't know what to do with it. And I was very disturbed by those comments. Here's a lovely shot. Well saved again by Superville. Excellent save. Dive into his right. You thought that might have been in the back of the net. But here comes St. Benedict's. They haven't given up for this second goal. But St. Mary's going to come away with it. But it's going to come right back through James. McLeod sends it up to Miller. Figaro wins it. And away goes down that right side is Cayenne. Still in possession. Plays it in field to Burke. Eventually sent upfield looking for Manswell. Oh, the clash of heads there. That's a bad clash of heads. Harper is one. He is down. I'm not sure who is the other. But that was a terrible clash of heads. Neither saw each other. They had all their eyes on the ball. And I know Harper seemed to have come out the worst of this. Let's have a look, Brent. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nasty.
That's what you call a full-blooded challenge by both players. And in those sorts of situations, you really don't see the player coming. You only feel the player when it happens on the impact. And 9 times out of 10, it hits you like a train because it's one of those unexpected
That's right, yeah.
hits that normally your body braces for those sorts of things. There's no time to brace because you're not seeing it. And
That's
it
right.
comes fully on you. And you really do hope that both players can't come out of this situation unscathed because
Harper seems to have got the worst of it because he's still lying down. Let's have a look.
Both players are looking at the ball and they have not even looking at each other. And that there is as full-blooded as you get.
Yeah. Harper really has come off the worst. Let's hope that he'll be all right. Yeah. Yeah, Harper, of course, of St. Mary's, didn't move when he hit the ground. And you saw the referee's concern because she went up immediately and started to call the, well, that's good news. He's sitting up. That's really good news.
Well, there's so many, there's a lot of new rules regarding the concussion of players in all sports for that matter, Colin. And I'm very sure that those sorts of protocols will be applied now. Because that is a side of the game that has certainly been looked at, and not just in football, as I just said, but in all sports.
Yeah, in all sports, we've something that Harper, he's still. I think they're going to have to substitute him. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure if he's all right. Well, let's have a look, Brent, at this shot there, and that's a good save again. He's been good in the St. Mary's goal, hasn't he?
Yeah, Superville there. I think there will be arguments and maybe Book could have done a bit better, but take nothing away from Superville. He's been good coming off the line. He's closed his angles, and I would say even the goal that he's conceded, it's not much.
Do very much about it.
No, there's not much he can do.
But
there's a goalkeeper there in your picture.
Yep. The thing with Burke, Brent, he's more a left footer, and with the right foot, so he was really snatching at it. And let's see if Harper, I don't think he's going to be able to continue. And
yeah, I'd be very surprised. And I think they'll be taking a massive risk if he is able to continue.
I think they're going to put him on the stretcher now. Well, there is some of the crowd.
Looks like a concerned parent there in blue. That's Harper's father. Mr. Harper is up there in the stands. And Benedict's College fans certainly are happy. What a tremendous achievement. It's been a while, Colin, since we've crowned a champion that has gone through a season unblemished.
Yeah. I feel for Harper because he's been having a pretty good game.
Yeah, he's been solid.
In the midfield for St. Mary's. Let's hope he's okay. But he's going to be stretched off. So Harper is off. And coming on for Harper.
Yeah, unfortunately,
it's going to be Grant. So Grant for Harper. And there is the confirmation of that substitution. So they just about getting ready for play to resume here. Long ball forward, but it's going to come right back to the heart of the St. Mary's defense. Figaro again, pumping it forward. Can the heads go up? So it's long ball played forward. The heads again go up. So the Miller getting it across to the man who has come on as the substitute for Harper, Grant, but he is doing a little bit of fouling, and it's a free kick for St. Benedict. So you can keep up with the SSFL on the SportsMax app. Download it from the App Store or the Google Play to catch all the action and updates from the league, wherever you are, whenever you want. So you can certainly keep up with the SSFL action on the SportsMax app. Of course, you can download it from the App Store or the Google Play, and you can catch all the action. And boy, oh boy, we've got a lot of action throughout the league. We have some surprise results. We have some results that you expect. For example, this one here, as we see St. Benedict's making another substitution. It appears that Soanes has come on, and he's picked up a pretty defensive field, a pretty defensive position, I should say, in the field for St. Benedict's. There's Burke getting it to Garcia. Couldn't control it, and eventually a foul committed, and St. Mary's have a free kick. We see the referees getting the yellow card out, and Garcia has got the yellow card. A little bit of a reckless challenge. He's certainly not happy with the yellow card. Let's have a look.
Ooh, I tell you what, Colin, that was very well over the football, and I'm very sure in another league, in another place, I know the colour of that challenge. That would have been sent to VAR, and I think you know what happens next. It was reckless, and I would hope it didn't have any malicious intent engraved on it, because it certainly was high, and it certainly was not a good tackle. And for sure Coach Boyce is probably quite happy, because the last thing you want is your star man to be suspended going into the interval.
Yeah. So the St. Mary's player getting some treatment.
Just for your edification, Collins.
Yes, let me hear you.
Fatima's gone up 3-1 against Malik. Goals by Josiah Gobin of Fatima. And Ronaldini Richards' penalty in the 75th minute has reduced the deficit.
Yeah, I think Fatima would be very happy, Hudson Charles, with the Fatima team. They went into a little bit of a slump when they lost to St. Anthony's, drew with Speyside. But I think they've picked up again.
Well, I did see in that concluding the Arima North game, Colin, that has been the best overall performance I've seen from a team this year in the SSFL. That Fatima performance against Arima North Secondary. I was not only just impressed with their front four, I was really, offensively that is, Colin, I was also impressed with the way they defended as well. They really worked their socks off in Correa and Tresdale in particular. And of course Smith on one side and Shaves up front. And I did say to the coaches afterwards, Isham Gomes, who I spoke to, I was really impressed with the overall performance.
Yeah, it
so
was
something to build on going into the knockout series.
In the call, yeah. Here is Shallery. Garcia gets the better of him and turns both men nicely. And again, sends it in field looking for Ochoa. But he couldn't get the shot away. And eventually he had to try to play it back in field. And it was off the chest of the defender and goes out for a right-sided corner.
Well, they were scrambling there for a minute, weren't they? St. Mary's defense. Eventually they were able to get it out of danger's way.
Here is the ball sent into Garcia. He was trying to hit it on the volley. Couldn't get to it. And it's cleared upfield. It's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Heads go up. This is Cayenne getting it towards the shot comes, and not a great one. Seems to be, it was that Morris taking the shot. Never got it on target. No, it was Ochoa. Never really got it on target, and it went for a goal kick.
Well, we're getting reports that Speyside have gone ahead 2-1 against Arima North. That would be a very surprising result if it stands. Of course, Arima North handed their first defeat of the season on Tuesday, against Fatima College. So to have 2 defeats after having no defeats all season certainly will not impress the fans of the Dial Dynamos. But when teams are scrapping for survival, Colin, I think any number or any result can play.
Well, another substitution for St. Mary's. And Gopal is on for Humphrey. Ball's played out, through in for St. Mary's. So still 1 goal to nil. It's been a pretty good display from St. Mary's. When you think of it, Brent, they're only 1 goal behind. They would be happy with that. You're playing against the champions, you're playing against the leading goal scorer. St. Mary's trying to gain some kind of possession through McLeod. But here's Ochoa. He is fouled, and it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. So Garcia is going to take the free kick. Let's see what he's going to do with it. He's kind of going to go to the goal from here. Oh, yes, he will. It's a straight, but straight to the keeper. It had some power behind it, but it was a long, long way out. You had to think he would have had to hit that really well and aim for a corner. And maybe to the keeper's left or to the right. But it went straight to the keeper. Just about 5 minutes left in this game as St. Benedict still leading. 1 goal to nil. This is Gopal. Man who has come on as a substitute, couldn't control it. And it's going to be a through for St. Benedict's. Philip is going to take it. Gets it back to Morris. Long ball. Looking for James. Grant is there with him. Ochoa turns one way, then the next. Looking for the shot. Just didn't have the room. He kept running into traffic. And it was played out. And it's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. Well, let's have a look at the SportsMax moment. And the shot and the save. There is the shot and the Superville, or Devonish, sorry, diving to his right to push it out. The shot coming from Otley. And there's Lou. Has Trinity East, what's the situation, Brent, with Trinity East?
I am afraid to say, Colin, because he does look moderately happy coming into the ground, if you are to break the news.
He looks rather confused, if you ask me. You know, he's looking, he's walking around, he's looking around. I'm just wondering, I hope, you know, that he hasn't heard any, well, we haven't heard anything of that Trinity East result, have we?
No, not yet.
Okay, we understand it's 1-0. Trinity East leading 1-0? No? Well, oh my word! Yeah, I was hoping that they were leading 1-0. Oh gosh! Just Liu is not going to be in a very good mood, Brent. I'm going to stay far from him. Hope he doesn't come around by us, because you know you all are not very nice with the compliments. Here's Gopal. Oh, he gives it away to Burke. That's a good ball. Cayenne. Burke goes down the left side. Can he get the cross in? He certainly can. And now straight to the keeper. That's a good save again. Well, Superville has done wonders in the goal. Philip. And the player is down. The referee has stopped the play.
Yeah, give him credit. I tell you what.
That's another very good save.
Yeah, you have to chalk that down to another good save. You're correct. Ball was played across there. Excellent. Had all the time in the world. Not a bad effort. Maybe a good height for a goalkeeper. But take nothing away from Superville, because he was able to do what was necessary and get his body behind it, and more importantly, keep it out of the goal. Not for the first time this afternoon he's done that.
He's been excellent in goal for St. Mary's. Had it not been for him, there could have been 3 or 4 down. So, Brent, who are you looking at? We're looking man of the match. Look at the score updates down below. It's going to be coming up. Spearside. That's a really good result so far.
If that stands, that will not read good news for Leo. And it's
No, Trinity, they've gone 1-up against Miracle Ministries.
Yeah, they're 1-up
You're
against
giving me wrong information. They're 1-up.
Well, if they do remain at that one, will take them to, of course, 13 points. It takes Speyside to 12 points, Colin, but Speyside still have a game in hand. And of
I think we're safe to say East Mukarapo, Brent, and Miracle Ministries
are down. Yeah, it's safe to say that, despite the fact that East Mukarapo still have a game in hand.
But even if they win that game in hand, Brent, what would they go to?
No, they will go to 12 points. That's as good as they can get, which is the same as Speyside, but they have an inferior goal difference depending on what the score line ends up today.
Yeah. Yep. Here comes Garcia with a shot, but straight to the keeper. Who are you looking at, Brent, man of the match?
Well, I think it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
No one's really stood out today, and
it's
because of that, the goal scorer is Garcia, and that's the difference in the game, really. I mean, of course, Superville in goal for St. Mary's College has done a good job.
He's been good.
Yeah.
He's been good.
Yeah, he's certainly been a difference maker from an extended scoreline.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the real difference is the result.
Yeah.
And the result is 1-0.
And the goal scorer is Garcia.
By Garcia. Yeah. And as much as I am tempted to push the envelope out there, Colin, and for the first time give a player on the losing team a man of the match performance.
It's difficult, isn't it?
It's a difficult one.
Yeah, because Garcia's made the difference yet again. And not only that, with goal he scored, but every time he's picked up the ball, Brent, to be honest, he's looked dangerous. Every time he's got the pockets of space to run into, he's looked dangerous.
If my memory served me correct, I think we did give it to a player that of part of a team that lost the game. The Pleasantville,
not this season.
The Pleasantville game against East Mukarapo up in Trinity Mocha. If I am stand corrected, that was about 2 years ago, I believe. There was a particular player from Pleasantville that, despite the hefty loss that they had, every time he picked the ball up,
I didn't do that game.
The ball was in the back of the net. Yeah.
I remember that game, but I didn't do that game.
Yes, I'm trying to remember if we did give it to him, but he was outstanding. He was a one-man show for Pleasantville. Yeah, we shared it that day to both the player from East Mukarapo and the losing team, Pleasantville.
Yeah. I mean, to me, you got to look at the difference maker, and really and truly, it was Garcia with the goal. But I mean, Superville kept St. Mary's in the game, and if that's one way you could look at it as well, because he's kept St. Mary's in the game and he's made a couple of outstanding saves, I think I made the point that it could have been 3 or 4-0.
Well, I've left that
as usual
decision up to you.
As usual. I'm not surprised. Here is a free kick. Garcia.
So you're going with a joint man of the match?
Yeah, I would think so. Garcia, and even that free kick he took a little while earlier, where he went straight to the goal. But here is the ball played. Yeah, I think it's a joint would be fair, I think.
Well, it's a full-time result. Signal Hill beaten East Mukarapo. So East Mukarapo is definitely down. And of course, Signal Hill now goes to 15 points.
Are they
so
safe?
the last
they
spot,
safe?
Yeah, they're safe.
There comes St. Mary's. Just not getting there in time was Manswell.
Well,
good defending.
Yeah, the last relegation spot is a straight two-horse race between Trinity College East and Speyside Secondary. Speyside, of course, with a couple of games as well. As we have another look at this here.
Now, even if Speyside win today, they're still...
they're still 1 point behind.
Trinity East?
If Trinity East are to hold on for that win against Miracle Ministries, they go to 13. Speyside will go to 12. And that means that Speyside, with that game in hand that they will have, well, 2 games in hand that they have, Colin, they have to get 1 point from 2 games, really.
Well, while we've been debating man of the match, Brent, the 90 minutes have elapsed, and we have 6 minutes of added on time being played at the moment. We already played 3 minutes of that, but another player is down. It looks like Manswell, the man who came on as a substitute, just going for that ball. Could he get there in time? And we just felt if he could have got there in time, it could have certainly been different. So here is Gopal. London, long shot there, but really and truly was never going to worry the goalkeeper. And Devonish is going to take the goal kick. Here is a good tackle again. There was coming across to put in that tackle was Soanes. So just want to say again hello to all our YouTube viewers, and certainly hope you're enjoying all the action and of course your many discussions. As that ball thrown right into the box, headed away. So we're just coming up to the 6th minute, and we expect the referee is not going to go much longer than the 6 minutes of added on time. Coming away with it is Ochoa, looking for Garcia. He's making the run, but he's not going to get there before Shallery, who sends it out. Garcia quickly takes the throw. He wants to get action going. He wants another one. So it's been a good display, you have to say, for St. Mary's, but especially from Josiah Superville in goal for St. Mary's. Has been outstanding. Garcia having a shot again, but it turns out to be a pretty decent cross. Played back to Phillips. Superville with another good save. And Garcia looking to have a crack. Taking the ball over the head of the defender onto his right foot. There he goes again. This is Garcia. Well, he's showboated now, isn't he? As the ball played forward, the 6 minutes have elapsed and the referee says enough is enough. She's seen enough. She's blown the whistle to indicate that this is the final game here for both St. Benedict's and St. Mary's. It turned out to be a very close one because of one gentleman by the name of Josiah Superville in goal for St. Mary's. He's been really excellent here. He's made about 5 or 6 really good saves, and because of that, he's always kept St. Mary's in the game. The goal came in the 32nd minute. Daryl Zoom Zoom Garcia, who do you expect other than him to put the ball in the back of the net? And with that, it gave St. Benedict's the win here in the final game of the season. So they've played unbeaten throughout. They've been absolutely super here in the league throughout the season. They started with a draw against Arima North, and after that, they never looked back. Let's have a look at the highlights here of this game. And the referee Williams, Talia Williams, got the action going, and St. Benedict's immediately started on the front foot. But it wasn't until minute 32nd that happened, when the ball was played through to Garcia. A little bit of a mix-up at the back for St. Mary's, and that was all the action you had in the first half. Second half came, and again, St. Benedict's, this was Philip, should have done better. Came off the outside of his boot and went for a goal kick. And then a shot towards Superville, dive into his right to stop it. Excellent shot there coming from Trotman. And then another save from Superville, dive into his right. Then another one, diving away to his right. He was really superb. Garcia with a long-range effort, but straight to him, held on to it. Cross ball, and you had to think that should have been in the back of the net, but he came up big again. Look at that. 1-on-1, and it should have been in the back of the net. So that was the highlights. Let's have a look at the stats. Shots, 25 shots St. Benedict's. Would you believe that? 25-6, 13 shots, 1-3 on target. That's to tell you how good this man Superville was. 9 fouls to 11, 3 yellow cards to 1, red cards none, 8 corners to 3, possession 59% to 41, runs in the box 9-5. But let's go back to the top there. Shots on target, 13 against Superville. St. Benedict's winning by 1-0. No wonder Joseph Superville cops man of the match.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Colin Murray. He faced 13 shots on target. Superville, how you felt about today?
Felt bad about the result. Good that make my name coming from the second area transfer into the Prem. Make my name out here last game of the season against the Premiership champions. I'm feeling good about it.
Well, here's a look at one of your saves. We're going to look at a few of them, by the way. And tell me something, how you feel about moving into Intercol, and what do you think are the chances for St. Mary's?
Chances for St. Mary's, I think we could make, coming on to the end of the season, we improve our game. So I think we can make a good note going into the Intercol, probably come out with possibly making it into the North Zone final.
All right, well, how was it facing Darrell Garcia?
Top striker, hard with his shots moving a lot. But once you keep an eye on it, they could save it.
Ah, boy. Advice. Congratulations, Superville. You are shared man of the match today. Darrell Garcia, Zoom, Golden Boot man for this season. How does that feel?
Feeling great.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about facing Superville today.
Well, I mean, he saved some of my shots, but he didn't save the first one I got.
Well, I mean, you still have to give her credit. 13 he faced. Talk to me, Intercol moving forward, St. Benedict's College. What can we expect?
Well, as you see, we're on top, so we're looking to go the next for the Intercol again, the title.
All right, well, we wish both of you the best moving forward, and Brent Sancho has our coaches.
Coach, the team's defensive display today has certainly shown the growth that has happened since yourself and your staff have come in. You must be proud of what you've seen today.
First off, let me say congratulations to St. Benedict's, a great bunch of players with an excellent coach. I think they did fantastic this season. From the minute we took over, our goal was to stop leaking goals and work on the defensive shape. We played around with a number of different systems until we found one or two that suit the team and the style of play that we wanted. Today, I'm very proud of the boys today. I think it shows all the work that we have put in the last month or so. So I want to say congratulations to them, but it's a loss, well done.
Well, of course, your goalkeeper, young Superville, got the man of the match. Your thoughts on his performance?
That's all to Clayton Ince. I think Ince did a fantastic job working on his technique and positioning. When we came in, he had a bit of mobility issues, and we had to work on that as well. So hats off to the staff as well.
Well, certainly we didn't see any mobility there in this game in particular. Congratulations to yourself, Coach, and we're looking forward to another successful run from St. Mary's in the Interco. All the best. Coach Boyce, of course, champions here.
That broadcast was brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
Totally Male has been around since 1994. Our primary focus is the aesthetic upgrading of all males. Our highly skilled team of women are trained, professional, and committed to first-class customer service. Centrally located at 6 Windsor Avenue, New Kingston, Jamaica. Totally Male is your man cave, where we offer cable, private rooms, and a beverage of your choice while you're being pampered. Totally Male, a woman's touch for the exceptional man.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
The Jiangxi Open is live 30th of October to the 3rd of November on SportsMax Plus and on the SportsMax app. Your game, your way. Get the SportsMax app today.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.